Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Eddie, but you guys can call me Toppy if you guys prefer. This video here is gonna be quick. Well, actually, not quick. I'm gonna try to make it quick, okay? But trust me, this is gonna be having a lot of valuable information. This video commentary is how to improve your game in Black Ops 2, okay? How to play better, all right? Because I've compiled this little list, and if you guys want, at the end of after watching this video, go ahead and share your love, like it, favorite, you know, make sure you have it so you can watch it later, okay? Because a lot of this stuff is really important in how to play better, okay? Because in Black Ops 2 or in any shooter for that matter, a lot of the times it comes down to speed, who's faster, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna get into that in just a bit, okay? What I mean is everything is in milliseconds, you know what I mean? From the time you know, you're cutting a corner, an enemy's cutting a corner, and you guys both see each other at the same time. And I say that in quotations, at the same time, or like in parentheses, okay? It's, what I mean by that is because somebody's going to be able to see the other person quicker than the other, okay? And it all comes down to connectivity, your connection, your equipment, your settings, everything like that, okay? And this is what I'm going to talk about here in this video commentary, all right? Good. Now that we got the intro out of the way, this is how to play better in Black Ops 2. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the connectivity side of things. All right. First off, what are you like? What's your what's your connection? What's your download speed, your upload speed? Okay. What you want to do is you want to be somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 5, you know, five download and about half of that in upload speeds. Okay. Megabits per second. Sorry about that. So you want to be at least 5, okay? Go to speedtest.net. Check your speed, okay? Make sure you're getting what you're paying for, okay? A lot of the times people play for like 20 Mbps's, you know, and all of a sudden they're getting like half of that. You know what I mean? If not less than that. So you want to make sure you're getting your bang for your buck. You're getting what you're paying for, okay? So go to speedtest, like I said, speedtest.net. I'll put the link into the description if you guys check it out. Make sure you're getting what you're paying for, okay? Next up, go to pingtest.net. You know what I mean? If you want to check your ping, okay? Because ping is the latency and how long it takes for you to send information and receive it, okay? And a lot of the times, if yours is really slow, or your number as far as your ping is really high, then that's going to be bad, okay? You're not going to be able to, you're going to get a lot of lag, you're going to get a lot of, like, you know, you're going to be like, a lot of, like, what the hell happened? How did I die? How did he see me? All this stuff, okay? So go to pingtest.net, check it out, okay? Anything less than 50 on the ping is really good, okay? If you're under 50, you're really good. If you're in about 100, that's still decent, that's pretty good. 150, okay. Anything above that, anything into the 200 range, you might want to call your ISP and make sure you check out and see what could happen, what could get fixed, okay? Because there's something wrong there, all right? Secondly, don't use those Xbox 360 or whatever. Don't play wirelessly, okay? That's just an added, you know, an added time slot of time that you're losing, okay? From the time that your router is sending that information to your, you know, your little antenna on your Xbox, okay? Have an Ethernet, you know, cable, you know, preferably a Cat 5e or something like that, or a Cat 6 cable. Plug it into the back of your 360, okay? You want to get the best connection here, okay? So do that. Don't go the wireless route, all right? And if you want to go even further than that, just plug it in straight to your modem. You know, if you want to get the best connection, you could do that, all right? If you want to cut off maybe the lag comp that might be anywhere in existence in this game, because I think there is, all right? Now, that's the connectivity side. Within pingtest.net, you could also check for packet loss, okay? Because packet loss is, I mean, the packet loss occurs when one or more packets of data traveling across a computer network fails to reach its destination, okay? That happens when, like, you're shooting somebody, okay? For instance, you're shooting somebody, you're sending packets, okay? They're shooting at you, they're sending packets of data, okay? And if your packets are getting lost, and not making it to its destination, then you guess what? Your bullets aren't connecting, okay? And you're gonna get a lot of like, you know, the WTFs, what the hell's going on? Why? How did I die? How did he see me? All this stuff, okay? Check your packet loss. There's a test that goes on in pingtest.net. It'll tell you if you're having packet loss. If you are, call your ISP, see if you could get that fixed, okay? Because that's a big thing, okay? Within, you know, the network connectivity issue of things, okay? So now that we've got the connectivity side of things out of the way, let's see things that you could do within the game, okay? Like setting-wise. Okay, so settings-wise, what you want to do is play around with your sensitivity, okay? I'm personally about a 7, but you could be more. You could be higher than that. You could be a 13 or whatever, you know? You could be a 10 or, you know, you could be really fast, crazy-like speeds, or you could be slow, okay? But mess around with that. Change it up. And it'll take you a little bit to get used to it, but you don't want to be too fast. You don't want to be too slow. Somewhere in between a 5 and a 10, you know what I mean? Preferably 5 or 6. A lot of even pro players play in 5 and even 4 for that matter, okay? So mess around with that. Get a speed that you're comfortable with, okay? And stick to it. Alright? That's one. Secondly, go into your Xbox audio, or not the Xbox audio, but the Black Ops 2 menu, into the audio options, and make sure you just turn off the music, okay? Music just ruins this game, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of the times you have these sound effects in the game and music, and that messes things up. Because I mean, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear all this loud ruckus going on when you're trying to like maybe hear footsteps. Okay, footsteps are already horrible in this game as it is. You don't want anything, you know, muffling that up or messing that up. Okay, so just turn off your music, lower your sound effects a little bit. You want to be able to hear them, but not just be overwhelmed by it. Okay, so do that. If you're using a headset, try Super Crunch if you want to try to sound horror. I only say try because it's just impossible, okay? So just try, I mean, but, you know, Super Crunch is a good one, so just make sure you stick to that audio setting. And another thing you want to do is engage in gunfights, okay? Because if you camp, you're going to be on the crappy end of the lag compensation, okay? If you run around and you're cutting corners, you're always going to be able to see that person before it registers to him, okay, in this lag compensation, okay? If you don't want to believe me, just check it out for yourself, all right? People that run around, if you're in a room and you're looking at the door, a lot of the times that person's going to come in, he's going to mow you down, and you're not even going to know what the hell happened. You're going to be like, whoa, I mean, I was aiming at the door. Yeah, it doesn't matter, okay? You are the one engaging in firefights, okay? In gunfights, okay? That's what you want to do. Trust me, if you do it and not camp like a little bitch, you're going to be a lot better in this game. Alright? Alright. Now, finally, okay? Finally, the last thing you want to do is have the equipment, okay? Don't play on an HD TV, okay? Because you're going to have input lag, okay? When input lag is when you're moving the sticks and it's just taking fractions of a second for it to register and happen on the actual TV, alright? If you have an HD TV, make sure you look for a game mode, okay? If you don't have a game mode, then guess what? You're shit out of luck, and if I were you, I would invest into a monitor. I got my monitor for about 150 bucks. Man, play on a tube TV. That one has no input lag if you don't have a, you know, if you don't have a monitor. But I mean, obviously, you want to play in the best definition. You want to play in 1080p, okay? So get a you know, a monitor, an ASUS or something like that. Me personally, I have an ASUS. I think I spent 150 bucks on it. I'll put a link in the description of the model number and everything, so you guys can check it out. But mine has, I think, 2 milliseconds. So basically, I'm cutting all these little milliseconds from my connection to my monitor, my equipment, to my connectivity, to everything. I'm narrowing that down so that most likely the person that I'm gonna encounter online is not gonna have all these things, all his ducks in a row, so to speak, and I'm gonna be the one winning the gunfight, okay? And as you can see from this gameplay, almost every gunfight that I come across, that I'm like, you know, that I see somebody, I win that gunfight, you know? I mean, for the exception of when like 3 guys appear at the same time and I have to shoot, you know, I have to kill 3 people at the same. That's just kind of hard to do. But most likely on one-on-one encounters, I win that gunfight. And that's because I've checked for everything from my equipment to my connectivity to everything else. All right. Hope this video helped you guys. If it did, make sure you hit that like button, favorite, show a friend or something. Make sure you hit subscribe if you know, if you found this video, you know, and my future videos helpful. And that's all I gotta say about that. So until next time, this is your boy Toppy. Peace.